everyone. Good evening, everyone. Let's quickly get started with the business session for today. We have three important updates. One is from the VP Education. The first update, all the roles for the upcoming week are open. Interested members can kindly contact VP Education Toastmasters Spooty to kindly book your roles. Next up, we have another important update, or rather an announcement from the VP membership, Toastmaster Gaurav. Toastmaster Gaurav.
Very good evening to all the Toastmasters. So it's a time of the renewal, so I request all the members to renew within time, that is this 25th of March. I just got 3 renewals till now, so I'm hoping everyone will renew before 25th of March so that your Toastmaster journey doesn't get affected. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, for the update on renewals. I request all the members to kindly renew at the earliest to continue your Toastmaster journey. Next, we have another announcement from the VPPR, Toastmaster Sanjana. Can you please have the announcement? Sanjana? Okay, on behalf of Sanjana, I'll be making the announcement. Newsletter article season is around here. This is your chance to write articles for the newsletter and get them published. It's a beautiful experience to showcase your writing skills. The theme would be, yes, Sanjana, can you please take over the announcement?
Good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. As we all know, the newsletter for the quarterly term is due by the end of this month, and I request all of you to write an article based on the theme "Happiness is not by chance but by choice." I expect the articles to be submitted by the end of this week. Thank you, and back to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. That's all for the business session. The sergeant can now take over.
When I heard the theme for today's meeting, the first thought that came to my head was the anime or the TV show that I've grown up watching, Naruto. Naruto is all about ninjas fighting each other. And there is one character in Naruto. He goes by the name of Rock Lee. Unlike most of the ninjas in the show, Rock Lee is not talented. He's a very ordinary person. And he doesn't have any special skills as a ninja. And he always is mocked for this reason. And what he does to compensate for this is work very hard physically to compete with the other ninjas. And then once he challenges a stronger ninja to a battle with him, he loses that battle, he comes back home sad and continues to train, work hard. And as he's working hard, he falls down and tears come crashing down his eyes. His teacher comes up to him and he tells his teacher in a very sad voice, I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. His teacher says, you are right, it doesn't even matter, because all of your effort is not worthwhile if you do not believe in yourself. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, if you have only belief, but you don't have the ability, then it is a waste of time. And with this, let me introduce a person who made me believe in myself and probably is the reason that I'm there in the executive committee today. He is a BCom honors graduate from Jain University, currently pursuing is CA. He enjoys biking and cycling. He was also the runner-up in the recent table topics contest conducted for our club. And he has also given me a quote: when you truly believe in something, the magic starts unfolding. Please welcome with a big round of applause our acting president for today. He's back in a blazer, Toastmasters Sai Sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva, for that wonderful introduction. It feels nice to be back here after, I think, 2 months. Well, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I see we have a couple of guests here today. I would like the guests to introduce themselves and tell us how they got to know about this club, starting with.
Hello. So myself Varalakshmi. I was actually bugging Gaurav and others to make me part of this online sessions because it's been almost 2.5 years since I've gone to office or stepped outside. Because I was pregnant, then had a baby, then COVID 2 waves. So everybody forced me to stay back at home, and I was in my hometown. Just came back to Bangalore and started exploring my life again. So I was, so I work as a recruiter at Google India. And so the reason for joining Toastmasters is that probably I feel that I'm underconfident compared to myself 2.5 years back, and I wanted to meet people that like-minded and like want to explore public speaking. And this is a skill, recent my performance reviews, someone suggested me that, what, Vara, you are good in terms of work, but it is just that, you are too introverted to be an HR. And probably this is the platform that I want to utilize and to do myself. Thank you.
Thank you. You'll no longer be unsure of yourself after today. But next, can we have Abhishek?
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and all guests. I am Abhishek and I am from Transcend Toastmasters Club Group. And I received a message in our club group saying there is a vacancy of a speaker slot. So I didn't want to miss this opportunity, as I heard that this club has many distinguished Toastmasters and a lot of good speakers. So I wanted to make use of the opportunity, and thus I'm here as a prepared speaker today. And it is my honor to speak in front of you all. I am a BCom student, second year BCom student at Transcend Degree College.
Next, can we have Sikandar?
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Sikandar Chauhan, and I'm working as a software engineer in PN Technologies. I came to know about this club from one of my friends whom I met during my badminton games. And I joined this to improve my public speaking and socializing with different group of people. So normally, as a software engineer, more or less, I am knowing the people who are software engineers. So fellow software engineers and very few other people. So just to socialize with other group of people and improve my public speaking, I have joined this club.
You're in the right place to learn your skills. Welcome to our club. Vijay, are you in the meeting? Can we have Sanjana? Can we have the guest named guest? Alright, it looks like they're not connected to audio. Well, moving forward, can I have the acting secretary, Toastmaster, Boss, to please read out the previous meeting NOI?
Very good evening to all Toastmasters once again. So I'll be reading out the minutes of the meeting number 1151, which was held on 28th of February 2020. The theme was Keep the Inner Child Alive. The business session started at 6:20 p.m. and was chaired by the President Toastmaster Ankita. In this business session, the following points were discussed. The Vice President Education Toastmaster Spooky mentioned all the roles are open for the next meeting. The Vice President Public Relations told title of the newsletter, happiness is not by chance but by choice, and requested the members to submit the articles on it. The President Toastmaster Ankita announced the Mekon Communication Club has achieved 9 DCP points and requested the members to keep the base camp open to provide feedback to the speakers and rotators. The regular meeting started at 6:23 p.m. Acting Sergeant Toastmaster Gaurav started the meeting with an introduction about the team and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Ankita. Toastmaster Ankita opened the meeting. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Shiv Prasad. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Shiv Prasad spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer Toastmaster Shashikant, R counter ATM Yamita, Ramiri ATM AK Prabhakara, and PP evaluator ATM Udamka. The prepared speech session had the following speeches. First speaker was Toastmaster Varaprasad attempting level 3 project and was evaluated by Toastmaster Udwal. Second speaker was Toastmaster Bhavani attempting level 5 main project and was evaluated by Toastmaster Spooky. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Bhavani and had the following speakers. TTM Udamka, Toastmaster Rashikant, TTM Yamudha, Toastmaster Spooky, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, Toastmaster Ankita, Toastmaster Balaji, Toastmaster Shiva. The gender evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Balaji AS and winners of Best Prepared Speaker, Toastmaster Bhavani, Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Udwal, Best Table Topic Speaker, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, Best Role Taker, Tabji, AK Prabhakar, Best Role Taker, MPG, Toastmaster Balaji. The President concluded the meeting at 8:27.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. Are there any amendments? So if you're trying to speak, you're on mute.
Yeah. Toastmaster is there?
Yes, sir.
Of course, I mean, volume is very best.
Is it fine now, sir?
Yeah, I think the speaker has to come forward.
How about now, sir? Is it clear enough?
Yeah. Great. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Are there any amendments to the MOM? Looks like it's not. Before I begin to start the meeting, I request all those in the online to kindly come on video because we would like to see some video rather than seeing the file. I request all of them to kindly come on video. With that, I open meeting number 1152. How many of you believe yourself? How many of you truly believe yourself? There are two different questions. If you have raised your hand for both of them, it means you have an ability and believe yourself. There's a famous saying which goes on, if you continuously say something or repeat something subconsciously or consciously, it will bound to happen unexpectedly. I have a friend named Sharan. He is extremely obese. It's not that no one runs in his family, but the obesity runs in his family. He consulted a lot of doctors. Everybody declared, or rather gave report that there's no way that he could lose weight naturally. He needs to undergo a surgery to do so. He became very insecure about himself. And that started bothering him and the way he started dealing with other things. He lost his confidence, his self-esteem. He stopped coming to college because of people, because he thought people would fat shame him. But one day, one fine day, he showed up to college looking very confident. That confidence was so good, it started spreading across all of us. None of us knew what the thing was. We were rather extremely happy seeing him that way because all of us wanted to see him that way. He believed himself that he could do it. He could bring the transformation that he wanted to, even when everybody said it is not possible. At the end of 3 years, with all his determination, grit, he lost close to 60 kgs. It was only possible because he believed in himself. He believed that he couldn't do it and he did it. If you believe in yourself, I believe that we can achieve whatever we want. Long back, there was another mechanic, rather, who was interested in mechanics. He founded his own company, but it went bankrupt. Not because he didn't have the skill or the passion, but he didn't have the luck then. He put the past behind him and he goes on to start another company. Sorry. At the same place, at the same time, he found in the new company he found in the same position. He was out within 6 months. Rather, the partners asked him to leave. Without giving up, with the skills in his hand, with the knowledge in his head, he goes on to start another company, the third company. Looks like luck was never in his side, even in the third one. The partners asked him to leave with all the rights. He did so happily because he knew one day he will achieve it. And he finally started his fourth big company. He believed himself that he can. And that's what happened. It was none other than Henry Ford, the world's biggest manufacturer of automobiles, Ford. He was kicked out of 3 companies, but he never lost the belief. The belief that he can do something, the belief that he has the skills. And this is what happens when you believe in yourself. The magic starts to unfold. Dear Toastmasters, if you believe in yourself, you can bring about wonders. But to do that, you need to truly believe in yourself. With that, let me introduce to you a person who believes in himself, and rather, he's turned out to be such an exceptional good speaker and a leader. The very first time I saw him, and today, I see a complete change in him. He's believed himself that he can be a better speaker and communicator, and today he is. He's here as a master of ceremonies for today. He's an electrical engineer working in land research. An exceptional, good, hardworking person, and absolutely does his job. He loves cooking, and that's what kept him going through the entire lockdown. Please welcome the Master of Ceremonies for today, Toastmaster Shashikant, with a huge round of applause. Thank you, Toastmasters Sai Nehal, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. How many of you believe in yourself? Can anyone share a personal experience on believing in yourself and it turned out to be a magic? Yeah, that's okay. So here I want to share one small story. Once upon a time, there was a bunch of tiny frogs who arranged a running competition. The competition is to reach the height of the tower, and to uh, to to see that competition, there was a large number of audience present across the tower. So the the competition started, the race began, and all the crowd started to tell it is it is not going to happen. All the frogs are tiny frogs. No one can able to reach the height of that tower. As the race began, so tiny frogs started collapsing one by one, apart from the one who are in a fresh tempo. And later, after some time, so they also start collapsing. So the the crowd continued to end that saying, so it is not going to happen. So not even a tiny frog going to reach the top of the tower. But some of the tiny frogs trying harder and harder. But after some reaching some height, they are going to collapse again. So one tiny frog tried harder and harder and harder, believing in itself, and finally it reached the top of the tower, and everyone kept mum, seeing the achievement of that tiny frog. And some of the contestants also tried to ask the tiny frog, what is the secret behind it? So how you did it? What is the secret behind it? So the tiny frog kept a smile on his large smile on his face, and it kept mum. So later, at the time of the announcement of the prize was announced, and it is said that that tiny frog was deaf. So then the moral of the story is, if you stop listening to others and start believing in yourself, none of the goal is far from you. So you can reach any height what you want or what you like. So the person believed in himself and started a single club, and that is Mr. Rap Friendly. Started a club, Toastmaster Club, in 1924 at YMCA Santa Ana, California, with a few members, and now it is spread across 141 countries with 16,000 clubs and 351,000 members. So, for the benefits of guests, the classic Toastmaster meeting consists of three sessions. One is prepared speech session, where the speaker prepares their speech prior to the project guideline, and the second one is a table topic session, where table topic master gives the topic to all the Toastmasters and guests to speak on that topic for 2 minutes. And third one is a general evaluation session, where the general evaluator evaluates all the things going in a meeting and help us to take it forward. To take this meeting forward, I have some few role takers. I request each one of them to explain about their role. I request our counter, Toastmaster Gaurav, to explain his role.
Very good evening. Very good evening to all Toastmasters once again. As an accountant for today, I'll be noting down all the clutches and all these filler words like so on, and so, but you know. So I'll be giving my report at the end of the session during the general evaluation.
And the timer, sorry, not a timer, and a PP evaluator, again, is Toastmaster Gaurav.
A very good evening once again. So, as a parliamentary procedure evaluator, I request all the members not to talk about sex, religion, and politics, as it might create a conflict between others. And I request all the online members to please switch on your cameras, because as we have very less members here, at least you can look at your face using this projector. And as the offline audience, I request everyone to put your phones on mute so that it doesn't disturb the speaker while giving the speech. I'll give my report at the end of the session. And one more, please, if you want to leave the meeting, please leave during the transition so that it doesn't disturb the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I request timer Toastmaster Sanket from Kranti and Toastmaster to explain about it.
Greetings over there, fellow Toastmasters. I'll be playing the role of timer, and I'll be showing green for prepared speeches. I'll be showing green card at 5 minutes and amber at 6 minutes and red by 7 minutes. For table topics, I'll be showing green card for 1 minute and for yellow for 1 minute 30 seconds, and finally red for 2 minutes. And I'll be back when I'll be called up by the general evaluator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanket. I request grammarian Toastmaster Shiva to explain about his role.
Once again, good evening to fellow Toastmasters. As a grammarian today, I'll be making note of the good usages of English and the not so good usages made by every speaker throughout the meeting. And also we have a word of the week, which is spurious, which means fake or false. A usage in the English language would be separating authentic and spurious claims. I will also be putting the word of the day in the chat box. I request all the members to...
Not audible, Toastmaster.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah.
I request everyone to use the word of the day. I will be putting it in the Zoom chat. Thank you, and back to the master sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva. Give a big round of applause for all the role takers. Moving on for the first session, that is prepared speech session. Before that, I encourage everyone to use the word of the week, that's curious. So, our speaker one, I request so for the speaker one, evaluator Toastmaster Sanjana Prabharanjan to read out the project guidance.
Am I audible? Yeah. Good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Abhishek. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. And notes for the evaluator is the member needs to present a speech that inspires the audience. The speech content should be engaging and the speaker entertaining or moving. The speaker should be aware of audience response and adapt the speech as needed. If the member appears to be talking at the audience instead of interacting with them, he or she is not fulfilling the goal of the speech. I would carefully listen to the speech of the speaker and give my evaluation at the end of the session. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Sanjana. Speaker one. So he is a musician, cricketer, and a gamer. He is an automobile enthusiast, and he is a BCom student at Transian Degree College. When I asked a single line on a theme, he gave a full paragraph on it.
So he strongly believed in people who have the magic in their hand and the ability to help him, motivate him, and to become a better person and achieve the perfection. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Abhishek with a speech titled The Right People.
Am I audible? The company of good people is like walking into a shop of perfume. You buy it or not, whether you buy a perfume or not, you will receive the fragrance. The same way, when you are in the company of good people, you will get so many things in life and you will receive so many things through them. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am Abhishek from Transcend Toastmasters Club 2, here to deliver my speech titled The Right People. When I was about to take the wrong decision in my life when I was 13 years old. How many of you wanted to be a cricketer in your childhood? Please raise your hands. I did. And yes, that was the wrong decision I was about to take. But fortunately, one day I went to my dad. He was seated reading his newspaper on his sofa. I walked up to him and told him, Dad, I want to be a cricketer, dropped out from school, just like Sachin Tendulkar and MS Dhoni. My father dropped the newspaper and gave me a death stare. I knew I was dead. I knew something is going to happen. I shouldn't have said this. Immediately, my dad got up, took the car key, and asked me to follow him. I was startled. I didn't know what to do. At that time, I just knew the right thing would be to obey him, not go against him. So, thus, I got into the car and he took me to one of his friend's house. And casually, while we were talking, his friend asked me what I wanted to become in life. I, without thinking clearly, told I wanted to be a cricketer and play for India. He laughed at me and told me that there isn't a future in cricket as his son was a cricketer. He was the best cricketer in his age. He played Ranji and many more matches. And he told me that cricket doesn't give you any money if because you'll have to pay a lot of money to get into the association of BCCI. So at that time, I knew that I was in the right place with the right people who were guiding me to become something special. And a few years later, after I graduated from my 12th grade, I was confused as to what to do. I studied my second PU in Vijaya Composite College as a science student. And a few years later, my parents decided that I would take up engineering as a career. But I had no interest in engineering. Thus, I wanted to be something else, or maybe a doctor, or nothing as an engineer. Because make an engineer is the one like you get many engineers in a place. And I wanted to be someone special. So I went to my dad and told him I don't want to be an engineer. But I had lost 1 year because my dad made me join CET coaching class and JW coaching classes and also many more coaching classes so that I could do well. But in my first attempt, I did not get much good ranking. I had approximately around 1,60,000 ranking in my first attempt. And in my second attempt, I got around 60,000 rank. So it was a good difference, but I learned many things. And I would like to tell you all one thing. Please be with people who motivate you all the time. Please look into the people you are with. A wise man once said, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. So it means if you are with the right people, you will grow, exceed, excel, and shine.
If you are with the people who always try to bring you down, they will always bring you down no matter how motivated you are, how how you want to how you want to grow in life, and no matter how much ever you want to grow in life, they wouldn't let you. There are majorly three types of people in life you meet in life. Number one, the people who motivate you, who constantly give you the support that you need. Number two, the people who act like they are motivating you, but they pull you down and they don't let you to reach your goal, but they act, they're like they act give crocodile tears and stuff. Number three, the people who do not motivate you at all, they demotivate you all the time, and they always tell you few things that might hurt you, which might bring your motive down, and which might constantly tell you that you are not, it is not possible for you to achieve this. The last thing that I would like to tell you all is be with the person, find the person who motivates you. This means you who all think that you have the perfect person with you. It may be your wife, it may be your girlfriend, it may be your best friend. Who all think? Please raise your hand. I have the right person. I have very good friends with me. They motivate me all the time and they have been constantly supporting me. I shifted from science to commerce in my degree, and thus I felt like I wouldn't be able to manage and cope up with anything. But my friends have been constantly motivating me and also motivating me in speeches, to deliver speeches, to complete levels. And I would like to tell one thing: the journey with a good person with you is always a short journey. It never makes you feel a long one. Thank you. This is Abhishek Balaji Rao signing off.
Thank you, Abhishek. Moving on. So our second speaker, I request individual evaluator Toastmaster Sandeep to read out the project guidelines.
Good evening, everyone. This is a speech. This is a speech from High Performance Leadership, and this is the first part of this project. This is the first speech. The purpose of this speech is the purpose of this project is for the member to apply his or her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. The purpose of the first speech is for the member to introduce his or her plan and vision. Back to you, Nancy.
Thank you, Toastmaster. The speaker too is a person who I am seeing from the day one of my Toastmaster journey. He is a passionate photographer and aims to become a wildlife photographer. He is someone who never says no for food centric. Triple Crown Award winner and a past president. Sorry, he is not a past president. Sorry, I am really sorry. Record holder for youngest DTM in a Indian Book of Records. And when I asked the one line on the theme, his view on a theme is: if you believe in you, first your half is successful. And so start believing in yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmasters DTM Udant with a speech titled Semester Project.
To clarify, yes, I was a past president of this club. Timer, you can start my timings now. It's the month of March, and for all my friends who are sitting here and in the house who are pursuing their field in commerce, it's what? Year end, and you guys are busy accounting, that, this, everything, right? And for parents who are sitting there with their watch in their school, who's going to school, it's their time to prepare their watch for exams. So now coming to the point, what is for me arranged here? Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. If it is month of March, for engineers, it's the start of the event cell. An official start for us to bunk the class. Bunking for what joy? Because for us, it is the festival seasons or the college fest, all the other extra activities is going to happen in this sem. And this month will mark. But all thanks to COVID, I had to write my exams and I'm still writing my exams in this month. Nevertheless, I will get my event sem started, not this month, next month. I can bunk my class then, I can enjoy them. In this note, I started preparing. Meanwhile, when I saw my subjects, I had, if all my engineer friends can relate to me, I'm in my final year and I had to submit a project. As usual, I thought I'll just take one of my seniors' projects, I'll just buy one and give it, submit and I'll take points because it will be my booster for my percentage or CGPA. And I sat back, studying, preparing for my exams. But one evening, my HOD gives me a call. Guess what? Guess what has happened? He calls and says, I want you to be the student coordinator for projects for entire CS department. Okay, this is not a big deal, I can do it. Second point was for me and my project should not be a duplicate or a copied one for no matter what so resources I have. This got me back. I had no team. I had no one to help me out at that point. I started looking out what best I can do because I have to be a guidance or a model for the other students or other of my classmates. I said, yes, I'll take this forward. And I selected 3 of the other members for my team. One, who's very good at coding, who can detect any error, any kind of error, whatever it is. 2, it's me. 3 and 4 are my close friends who was good at designing part and connecting them to the servers. I'm sorry if you could not understand this part. These are the technical terms. This committee and the deadline for us was my exams day. And thanks to the third wave or so-called third wave, my exams got postponed and I have plenty of time now. In this point, my aim is for me to find a project where I will have to present it in front of my lecturers, a committee where they have set up to evaluate my project, my team's project. Listening to this, we decided, let's work on something which is booming in the town. And of course, all of you know, AI is what is booming, and data science also. Coming to this, we had one instance where we had to collect a response from the students and give a survey out of it. Obviously, what is the first thing what you choose if you want to collect responses? If someone can answer, Google Forms, right? First thing is coming to Google Forms. If you collect Google Forms, it gives you the responses what you have. For example, say you are choosing a car and you're buying a car and give it out to your friends to suggest you. It will say 3 members have voted for Volvo, 2 members have voted for Audi, and vagara vagara. But does it give the best pros and cons of what the data it has accumulated? No. And there is no such applications available for free, of course, at least now. So this, I decided, yes, this is my project. And then we started working on it. Harder and harder, day by day, week by week. And we still haven't completed it. This is the first step where we had to do. And my first presentation on this topic will be going to be held on this month. That's the month end of March. All my friends will be busy accounting. All my my dad's cousins will be helping them what's to present, prepare for exams, and I will be preparing for my presentation. This project is not related to Toastmasters. This project is not related to my personal life. This project is nothing to do with others. The main intention of this project was to set a benchmark for my fellow classmates. The project intention was to give something to the society. This project was something to make man's life easier. There are many devices, there are many softwares around, but the thing what we have planned to build is little, very minute thing, which will at least make the man's work pressure come by 0.5%. We are happy. We will be satisfied. With that note, to the master of ceremony.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Udan. And with this, we came to an end of the first session, that is prepared speech session. Let me give a big round of applause for both the speakers. Before moving on to the second session, that is table topic session, so I want to remind you to use the word of the week, that is furious. So moving on to the next session, that is table topic session. Today's table topic master is a person who loves singing, baking, and sketching. The person who is very much passionate about the subject. Today, so table topic master is a BCom student and currently pursuing PA. When I asked about the theme, so one line on the theme, so she said about the theme. She believed anything can happen if we believe in ourselves, even if no one believes in us. With a big round of applause, help me to welcome table topic master Sharanya.
Thank you, MC.
What do you?
Thank you, MC of the day, Toastmaster Shashikant, for the introduction. Good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and welcome, dear guests. One of the most exciting part of Toastmaster session is table topic session. The main objective of this session is to think quickly using our creativity. This helps us a lot in our actual lives. The guidelines to this session is the response to the topic should be at least 1 minute and not more than 2 minutes. Everyone will be seeing a green signal from the timer after 1 minute, and they will be seeing yellow signal at 1 minute 30 seconds and red signal at exactly 2 minutes. Now, let us start this session. Just a minute, I'll share my screen. The first topic is New Year resolution, which will go to Toastmaster Gaurav.
Very good evening to all of Toastmasters. So the first, I had 2 resolutions for this year, that is to hit the gym every day. So before COVID, I used to regularly go to gym, but once the COVID started and once the situation was back to normal, I was a little bit lazy to go out and start working out again. But my mom started saying that you're going to become fat, and she demotivated me a little bit. I am a little bit weird because when someone demotivates me, I become more motivated to do something. So I started going to gym again. And one more thing is the second resolution was to take my dogs to walk every day. So before COVID, I used to always come up with a reason saying that I'm busy with so and so. So I used to always prolong the walk that I used to take my dogs out. So once this COVID came, I realized how my dogs would feel staying at home every day. I started taking them for a walk so that even they have a fresh of mind. And even I also get a little bit of activity going out with my dog and spending time with them. Thank you, and back to the table topic master.
Thank you for the brilliant response, Toastmaster Gaurav. The second topic is Isala Kapnamde, which goes to Toastmaster Ujjwal.
Am I audible? Thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving me this topic. A very happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Isala Cup Namde. No matter how many years it takes for us to win the cup, I'm always an RCBN. Each year, we'll be having the same energy and the same support for our team. And no matter how dull they perform, so we are always there to support our team. And I believe only RCB has the most supported fans, and I'm proud to be an RCBN. As every year, even this time as well, we believe that this time we'll gonna do it. We'll perform like fast and furious, and this time we're gonna take the cup, I guess, and I believe on that. So yeah, Isala Cup Namde. This time we're gonna make it. Thank you, and over to the table topic master.
Let's keep the spirit going. Going to the next topic. The next topic is pros and cons of digital payment, which goes to Toastmaster Sanket.
Just give me a second. 1 second. I'm just making the timer thing. Just give me a second. I'll come back. One second.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll start.
Yes, you can start.
Okay, the pros and cons of digital payment in India. Wow. To be honest, I have a really good history and kind of a bad history with both of them. You know, like I would tell the pros and cons in a small experience way. Let's go for pros. Just today, I had been to a movie bunking my college with my friends, and I didn't have enough money in my wallet to just subsequent the ticket prices. So what did I have to do? The only option I had is to rely on my bank account and see how much I could do a transfer. And all that happened in just like a few seconds. Like I could transfer money in few seconds with it from wherever I am. I didn't have to run back to the bank or ATM to get some money. So that was a really good pros for me. And coming to cons, no matter how stubborn you are with like where you have to carrying a wallet all around, I believe that once we take use of once we get the taste of the online payment, we cannot go switch back to offline like the real hard money, paper money. So once I was in a shop buying something for myself, and the servers went down and I didn't get my wallet. So that time I had to rush back home to get my wallet and pay the money back. So that time I realized that okay, this is not a joke. I have to rely on both the sides, and I believe each and everything has its own pros and cons. We have to just abide with it and adjust with whatever we can to do it. So I would say from next time, take my advice, guys. Whenever you're going out, please don't rely on your these online payments. Also carry some cash with you. That's all. That's been my time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And this was so true. For the next one, the next topic is color affects the way people feel. This is going to Toastmaster Raghunandana.
Table topic master, did you call my name?
No, not yet. Right. Is Toastmaster Raghunandana there? Okay, I would like to give this topic to Toastmaster Mukesh.
Hi, did you call my name? Actually, your voice is not very clear, so I couldn't hear. Did you call my name?
Yes, I did. I called Toastmaster Mukesh. Is my voice clear now?
Yes, just a minute. I think it's on my end. Just a minute. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Now, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry. Can you repeat the topic, please?
The topic is color affects the people. Color affects the way people feel.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Color affects the way people feel. Um, yeah, I can think of is one color. So when I can see, I can't relate it to humans. Is that okay? Can I say an example of something else, or is it humans only have to say?
Anything is fine.
Okay, anything. So I would take an example of red. So I don't know whether it's true or not, but as of till I know that when a bull or an angry bull sees the color red, it gets more agitated and irritated. So whoever is wearing a color red or holding a color red cloth, the bull tends to go towards it and try to chase it. So yes, this is how the bull gets. This is how the bull feels when it sees the color red. So that's how the color has. That's how color have such a big impact on human as well as animals for any kind. So yes, colors do have a big impact on human as well as animals. Thank you.
Thank you, and this was an amazing response.
Thank you.
The next topic is the best advice I ever got, which is going to Toastmaster Sanjana.
Am I audible and visible? Once again, very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. The topic being the best advice I ever got. It makes me think a little bit because off late or recently I have not received any piece of advice, but I do remember not something I received or someone telling me this outrightly, but something I have observed is you need to be modest and humble and grounded no matter what your accomplishments are. All you have to do in life is be grounded and be thankful for whatever you have or whomever the people you're surrounded with in life, because life, as we all know, is very short, and no time has to be wasted in acknowledging the things you have or the people you have got in your life. Instead of cribbing or being sad or frowning that I do not have this or I do not have that, maybe let's just take a moment in our everyday lives to remind or remember the things of all the things we have got in life, and just be thankful for that rather than cribbing. And this is my 2 cents of advice for the people present in this meeting. And back to you.
This was a wonderful take on the topic. Thank you. The next topic is importance of books in our life, which goes to Toastmaster Sandeep.
Hi, good evening, everyone. We are here to speak. I'm here to speak on the importance of books in our life. I think from the childhood, I have always loved the books, especially the new books. The new books being being from a joint family, and I had my elder cousins, so they were just 1 year elder to me. So once the exams are over, their books will be transferred to me. So I never liked that feeling. I have always wanted to have new books, that smell and the texture. You get more enthusiastic about a new book. I have always been fond of all the story books. I have read especially the Ramayana. It is not like don't consider it as a religion, but I have always loved reading Ramayana. Every aspect, like every character, I have been associated. Like I feel like I am in the book, I am the character, and I have to do as the character did in that story. I have read the Odia version. I have read other people who have given a management direction to the Ramayana. So I am a big fan of all Ramayana book as such, and I deeply connect to all the characters. So that is what I would say. I think many of the instances my life are biased by the stories and the learnings what I have received from the book. I think back to you, table topic master.
Thank you for the brilliant response. The next topic is influence of social media in our lives, which goes to Toastmaster Prakash.
I'm audible? Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Rania, for such a wonderful topic. On influence of the social media, I can say there are two aspects. One is the positive as well as negative. In the terms of positive, I can say whatever information or motivational or inspirational contents are there in the social media, yes, of course, it will help the readers. But my most concern is the negative aspects. And of course, you might be seeing in the messages like either WhatsApp or Facebook, whenever whenever a reader or the person posts a message, I mean, without understanding the concern or the background of that message, people will fall under the false context and unnecessary attention or stress is raised. So it depends on the reader who utilizes the social media to a level. Always he should not believe in all the messages or stories which is being posted on the social media. So he has to be vigilant and he has to be very cautious before accepting anything is being posted in the social media. So I urge all the readers to be very cautious. Thank you, and over to you back to Cosmos.
This was a wonderful take on the topic, sir. The next topic is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This topic goes to Toastmaster Shiva.
Am I clearly audible? Thank you. Thank you, table topic master. Very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and guests. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Now, when you see something and you decide that it is not beautiful or it is not attractive, I don't like it, but somebody else might totally enjoy that. Like, for example, there is this fruit in our country, fruit that is found in our coastal regions, jackfruit. Jackfruit is not very easy to open, not a very easy fruit to eat. It doesn't look good. There's a lot of wax when you open it up, and the taste, but the taste of that fruit is something that no other fruit can give. And hence, jackfruit is my favorite fruit, even though it looks horrible from the outside, green color spikes popping out, and it grows on a tree, not easy to get, and people may not consider it beautiful, but I consider it to be a beautiful fruit. Forget your mangoes, forget your bananas and all this, easy to eat. Start eating jackfruits. Thank you, and back to the table topic master.
Thank you for the wonderful response. The next topic is 3 things I can't live without. This topic goes to the guest, Varalakshmi.
Sorry, you couldn't hear whose name you called out.
Guest Varalakshmi.
Okay, she has left the meeting. Can you unmute to someone?
Okay, there was another guest, Sikandar Chauhan.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. 3 things I remember. First one is my family, because they are source of motivation, whatever I do from morning to evening. So I do mostly for them. So they are the one I can't live without. Second one is my job, my work, which gives me motivation for waking up early in the morning. And again, so there is a source of, like, that is a source of happiness and motivation. So like going to work or working from office, so I'm doing something for society. So if I'm doing it correct, it is I'm giving something very good to the society in form of my work. And again, other thing is earning and giving tax, so that is a secondary, but that is the one thing I cannot live without. And third thing which I remember is like my parents. So though they are not staying with me here in Bangalore, but they are again the one which are very important to me, and they are a good source for me, good source of motivation, and to continue my life with them. Yes, thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. This was an amazing take. Thank you. That was a beautiful response from everyone. With this, I hope everyone had a great time in the meeting today. Thank you, and back to you, MC.
That was a wonderful tabletop session. Thank you, Sharanya. Give a big round of applause to Toastmasters Sharanya. Here we have we came to an end of first and second session, that is prepared speech and table topic session. Give a big round of applause for all the speakers. So here we will take a 10 minutes of break and we will be back after 10 minutes. Yeah. Now it's around it's 7:45. We will be back at 7:55. Thank you. welcome back. Good evening, all. Yeah, we'll move on to the next session, that is general evaluation session. Before that, I want to remind one thing, to use the word of the week, that is furious, and moving on to the next session, that is general evaluation session. Today, general evaluator is having total 26 years of work experience in banking and microfinance sector. Presently working as a president in IIFL Samasta Finance. He completed his PhD and pursuing DIA certification course. His hobbies include reading self-development books, listening to audiobooks, and playing chess. His view on the theme is, if you have indomitable will and self-confidence, you will create a magic in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, welcome Dr. Prakash.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shrikant, for such a lovely introduction. I'm audible? Okay. See, first of all, let us hear today's prepared speeches evaluation, and later I will provide my general evaluation about the overall meeting. Our first evaluator is Toastmaster Sanjana evaluating Toastmaster Abhishek's speech titled The Right People. Please help me in welcoming Toastmaster Sanjana.
Once again, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek. First of all, congratulations on delivering your speech as a guest speaker at Mekon Communication Club. To begin with, the opening line of your speech was striking and it made an impact as it grabbed the attention of the audience. And you did a great job in quoting or narrating a personal anecdote, as it never fails to make the speech all the more interesting. There was relatability factor with the audience as you posed a question at them as how many of them wanted to be a cricketer when they were young. And you went on to tell your story. You also added a humorous touch to it where your father gave a death stare when you innocently told him about what you wanted to become. I'm sure all of us had that moment in our lives. And I also had a similar moment where I went on to tell my father that I wanted to be a radio jockey. And I was just laughed at. The speech you gave had a touch of wit, subtle humor, lot of substance, and a realistic perspective of life and goals in general, where you talked about the hardships of being a sportsman or cricketer in specific in this country, and busted our spurious assumption of how we think of being a cricketer is all about glamour and fancy things, but we fail to recognize what goes behind is the relentless amount of hard work. And there was also a sense of wisdom brought in the speech where you talked about the essence of being with the right set of people. But I'd like to indicate on the areas where you should pull your socks and really work on. Firstly, your energy level. It would have added more weightage if if you had been louder and more dynamic. Secondly, as it is a hybrid mode of meeting, it's not just the offline audience you need to be addressing. There is another set of audience on the online mode too. Maybe you should look into the screen once in a while, make an eye contact there too, just to make them feel involved. But all in all, you did a wonderful job in compiling your speech, making the audience get involved in the speech, and also inspiring them with all the quotations. And I'd like to wish you all the best with your future endeavors. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. Whenever I hear your speech or evaluation report, always I wonder where do you get on such energy? You are having a mesmerizing voice. And as I observed today, you did a brief evaluation. You were able to evaluate all the relevant points as the project calls for, and also suggested the way forward where the speaker can improve. Really a wonderful evaluation. Toastmaster Abhishek, first of all, I would appreciate you for volunteering yourself when you got the opportunity to deliver the speech in our club. Today, you delivered an excellent speech. Your presentation content, body language, and gestures were in sync. But as Toastmaster Sanjana suggested, somewhere I felt your eye movement were looking away from the audience. You might improve on this by practicing more. Let us give huge round of applause to both the speaker and the evaluator. Our second evaluator is Toastmaster Sandeep, evaluating DTM Udamkar's speech semester project. Please help me in welcoming Toastmaster Sandeep.
Good evening, General Evaluator and DTM Udang. First of all, I would like to congratulate Udang for choosing a very noble objective for his project speech. He wants to reduce the human effort at least by 0.5%, and I think that would be a significant achievement, and he also thinks that. And the second point is proactive proactive nature for taking up the rules when there is a slot available, and to keep the meeting going. He has taken up this today's role, perhaps. The portion you may want to work on, today's speech, I think I struggled a bit to understand what you are trying to speak. What I could understand, you have two objectives presently, tasks rather. One is to coordinate the entire batch semester projects. The other one is to do one for yourself, which should not be the copy of others. So I think you could have given it in more clear form. I really struggled to understand, and I used all my intelligence to understand what he is trying to say. So at the evening, you don't put audience to think that much. You give a clear message to them that I am in 7th semester. I have the objective of this one, and this is my personal objective. This is the task given by my professor. So for this task, I am doing this activity, and for my project, I am doing this activity. So you keep only objective and the plan how you are going to achieve that objective. So it would have been more clear for at least me to understand what you are trying to speak. To challenge yourself, I think you have a reputation to live. You have so much of credential at your stake. For example, you are the youngest DTM. You are not only a DTM, you are also the youngest DTM. So there is a reputation to live up to. Many people would like to look up to you as a DTM, how you speak, how you organize, how you motivate the audience. So I think that is a challenge for yourself to keep up that. You do not want to send a wrong impression at every time you take up a role. I understand this is a last minute role, but I think you could have more done. Could have done a little bit more rehearsal and more writing of the speech, so that will give more confidence and hopefully will make a very good speech with all these objectives. I think this is what. Back to you, Prakash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep. Personally, I observed you on several occasions as speaker, evaluator, or MC. Always, I am seeing you with the same amount of enthusiasm. You always try to sprinkle some humor in your speech. Today, your evaluation was fabulous. As the project calls for, you have covered all the relevant points. Nothing much from my side. DT Mudankas, your speech was a well attended speech. Now you are a seasoned speaker, like our cricketer Captain Kohli. You always try to deliver consistent results. I always appreciate you the way you handle the various roles and motivate the members to take up the speeches and educate them. Let us give a very good round of applause to both the speaker and the evaluator. Further, I would like to provide my general evaluation of the overall meeting. Every week, before we start the meeting, many of you might not be aware the amount of efforts taken by our club officers. In this context, I would like to appreciate our VP Education Toastmasters Purti. Every week, she ensures that all our member gets an equal opportunity to perform various roles. But I also observed that she will post the messages twice or thrice in WhatsApp group requesting the members to volunteer themselves. But if none applies, she will approach the members who have not taken up any roles and motivate them to take up. Till she publishes the meeting agenda, she will never rest. Later, our VPPR, Cosmo Sanjana, also will prepare the flyer or the poster with her creativity skills. This activities requires lot of efforts and time. So let us give Toastmasters Purti and Toastmaster Sanjana a special round of applause for their sincere efforts and dedication. We will acknowledge their efforts by sharing and liking the communications posted in Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Today, the meeting started at 6:35 p.m., almost, I can say, 5 minutes late. But I would like to appreciate the club officers, in spite of technical glitches, they were able to start the meeting. Business session by acting president Toastmaster Sai Snail was very crisp and to the point. Coming to the sergeant at arms, I would always like to see Toastmaster Shiva very confident and charming behind the screen. As a sergeant at arms, he always kickstarts the meeting with a bang like a ninja. I have seen him performing various roles and he ensures that he gives his full energy to make it successful. I loved his way of introducing the acting president. I'm looking forward to more number of speeches from him and urge him to take up other roles like evaluator or general evaluator. Fantastic job done. Let us give him a big round of applause. Coming to the acting president speech, Toastmaster Sai Snail, he was able to welcome all the guests who were present. He always delivers fine speeches with an excellence. I call him Mr. Perfect. Today, I appreciate him when he was able to tell his experience about his obese friend who lost his weight and about Henry Ford's story. This grabbed the audience attention. I was quite inspired by his story. I liked the way he introduced the master ceremonies of the day, Toastmaster Shashikant. Overall, a great job. Let us also give him a big round of applause. Our acting secretary, Toastmaster Gaurav, read the previous meeting minutes meticulously and flawless. Today, our secretary, Toastmaster Bhavani, is not present. But one thing I would like to appreciate her is every week consistently, she is sharing the minutes on the same day of the meeting without any amendments. This requires a lot of patience and attention during the meeting. Let us give Toastmaster Gaurav and Toastmaster Bhavani a special round of applause for her consistent performance. Table Topics Master Toastmaster Sharanya conducted a very entertaining session. She introduced the table topic purpose and the time limits. For the first time in this club, she is performing the role. but she was very confident and handled extremely well. Everyone attempted to speak a long time, maybe more than 2 minutes. Topics were appropriate and excellent. All the members, including guests, were given an equal opportunity. But I would suggest that whenever speaker ends his speech, apart from thanking, uh, please, we have to appreciate him or her, applauding them with a clap. Overall, Toastmaster Sharanya, you have done an excellent job. Let us give her a thunderous round of applause. Master Ceremonies of the day, Toastmaster Shashikant was able to carry out in a professional way. He always tries his best to prepare well and ensure that he gives his best performance. Today, he was able to motivate the audience by narrating the inspiring frog story and connected with the Toastmaster International very easily. Always, I appreciate and encourage him to take up the various roles in all the meeting. He always prepare well and ensure that he gives his best performance. Today also, he was extremely confident and prepared well. He was able to introduce all the meeting roles properly. For each speakers, he gave brief introduction. Let us give him a special round of applause. Now, I would like to call upon our timer, Sanket, to give his timer's report.
Sir, could you just call me at the end? I'm just tallying all the time, so if you don't mind.
Okay. Next, and I would like to call upon our all-counter Toastmaster Gaurav to give his report.
Very good evening once again. Today there have been no much of hours and pauses and all the crutches. I think everyone will know this, but still I'll give my report. The first speaker, that was Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Shiva, had 1 hour and 1 pause. Acting President Toastmaster Sai Snail had 1 hour. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sashi, at 2 hours. Our timer, Toastmaster Sanket, at none. Our counter, myself, had 1 hour. Grammarian, Toastmaster Shiva, at none. And coming to the speakers, first speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek, at 1 hour. And the evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjana, at none. And the second speaker and second evaluator, that is DTM Udanka and Toastmaster Santi, at 0 hours and 0 hours. They both were flawless. Coming to the table topic session, table topic master Sharangi at 1 hour. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Gaurav, myself, at 2 hours. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Ujjwal, at 1 hour. And 1 pause. Toastmaster Sanket at 1 hour. Toastmaster Mukesh, 1 hour. Toastmaster Sanjana, 2 hours and 1 Toastmaster Sandeep was flawless. Toastmaster Prakash, 1 hour. Toastmaster Shiva and guest Sikandar at 0 hours. Even though being a guest, he did a very good job talking for the first time with 0 hours and 0 hours. And coming to the general evaluation, Toastmaster Prakash has 2 hours. That's it from my end. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, for your wonderful report. Let us give him a huge round of applause. Once again, I would like to call upon our PP evaluator, Toastmaster Gaurav, to give his report.
Very good evening once again. So, none of the speakers spoke about sex, religion, or politics. And there was a little bit of delay because they were back to hybrid after a very long time and still need to get that pace back on track. And other than that, I can still see three of them not switching on their cameras. I request from the next meeting onwards, please switch on your cameras because that's the motivation for the speakers. So apart from that, everyone left the meeting during the transition. So there were no disturbance while someone was giving their speech. Thank you, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, for your great report. Today, you are a multitasker and performed multiple roles very confidently. If you all agree, let us give him a thunderous round of applause. Now I would like to call upon our grammarian, Toastmaster Shiva, to give his report.
Am I audible?
Of course.
Thank you once again. Very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and guests. We had a lot of good usages today. Kept mum, instead of saying kept silent, kept mum is a better usage. Death stare and exceed, excel, and shine. A lot of adjectives used. Crocodile tears, hit the gym, cribbing, indomitable will, personal anecdote, pull your socks, reputation to live up to. And there was a usage by our guest speaker, Abhishek. He said, I don't want to be an engineer. Nothing grammatical about it. I want more people in our country to say that. Coming to the not so good usages. It will bound to happen, could have been, it is bound to happen. Can able to, could have been, will be able to. And volunteering yourself, you don't have to say yourself, volunteering is enough. Coming to the word of the day, spurious was used 3 times by our MC, reminding everyone to use it. It was used by our evaluator Sanjana once. That's it, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva, for your exceptional report. Let us give him a special round of applause. Now, once again, I call back our timer, Sanket, to give us timer's report.
People are giving their speeches may win their best speakers and may not. But people timing with the best speeches will always ensure that they reach their highest altitudes. So with that, I'll be sharing my timer report. If I could share my screen. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. One sec. Well, the essay took 2 minutes 45 seconds. President took 6 minutes 46 seconds. Team or 8 minutes 42 seconds and still counting. And speaker 1 Abhishek took 6 minutes 32 seconds, which is very close. And even speaker Rudanka, hey guys, both of you, with you are in the like the edge of the seats. So buckle up before you fall down. Next, TTM Sharanya used 1 minute 44 seconds, and all the table topic speakers. Toastmaster Gaurav used for 54 seconds, which cannot be qualified because he should have spoken for more 6 seconds. So Toastmaster Gaurav, just have a small idea about that. Next, Toastmaster Ojwal used took 1 minute 7 seconds. Myself, I took 1 minute 52 seconds. Toastmaster Mukesh took 1 minute 7 seconds. Toastmaster Sanjana took 1 minute 55 seconds. Toastmaster Prakash 1 minute 32 seconds. Toastmaster Shiva 1 minute 23 seconds. Toastmaster Sikandar 1 minute 22 seconds. Now, coming to the evaluation portion of it, Toastmaster first evaluator Toastmaster Sanjana took 2 minutes 58 seconds in time. Again, even you are in the edge of your seat, buckle up. And Toastmaster Sandeep took 3 minutes 3 minutes 8 seconds. You were like just about to fall. You're on the brink of it, which is we already came into the red card. So try being in before the red cards. And I would a counter took 2 minutes 30 seconds. Grammarian took 2 minutes, and myself for 44 seconds and plus 2 minutes 32 seconds, still counting. And Toastmaster Prakash 9 minutes 21 seconds and still counting. Thank you, everyone. It's been a great time being a timer for you guys.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanket, for your excellent report. Really, I liked your explanation with the results. So let us give him a good round of applause. At this moment, I hope all of you have voted your choices for the best performing roles in the ballot link. Overall, today, I enjoyed the session. I would like to end my evaluation with a small message. Apart from the magic of believing, I feel in your life, there are magical moments in every day. We just have to take the time to see them. Back to the Master Toastmaster, Toastmaster Shashikant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Prakash, for conducting a general evaluation session. And with this, we came to an end of third session, that is general evaluation session. Give a big round of applause to Dr. Prakash. With this, we came to an end of all the three sessions, that is prepared speech session, table topic session, and the general evaluation session. With this, I will hand over my charge back to the president, acting president, Sai Snehal. Thank you, Toastmaster Shashikant. Thank you, Toastmaster Shashikant. Wow, it was such a fantastic meeting today. We had two wonderful speeches, one speech from another Toastmaster club, that is Transcend Toastmasters. We had Timers who just showed up in the last minute because his friend just called him here. Wow, what a fantastic meeting today. Overall, it was great. I request everybody here to kindly log on to Basecamp, give each and every role taker the feedback on their Basecamp profile, so that they can know where they can work on or where they have done exceptionally well. Also, there's another feature that I would like to mention. Instead of just giving out feedback, suppose say you are a role taker or a speaker, you can request for feedback in the Basecamp. It can be either to a specific person or to all the members of Mekon Communication Club. This way, you will ensure that the feedback is requested and you will get the feedback. I request members to kindly use this feature that is being provided. Now, let me quickly go on to the winners for today's meeting. Well, it appears to be a tie. Let me start off with the best role takers, that is the MTG and the Tab G. And the first, I'll go for the Tab G. Tab G. Well, the best role taker for Tab G goes to our VP membership, Toastmaster Gaurav. Can we please have a round of applause for him? The best role taker for MTG. Wow. The debutant takes the prize home. Table topic master, Toastmaster Sharanya. Now coming to the other awards, yes, and let me start with the best evaluator for today. The best evaluator for today is someone who has a way with her words. Well, I revealed it. Toastmaster Sanjana. There you are. The best table topic speaker. The best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Shiva Prasad. Please have a round of applause for him. And the best speech, the battle of the best, I guess, goes to Toastmaster Abhishek from Transcend Toastmasters. Round of applause. Congratulations to all the winners. Like I mentioned earlier, that you can provide feedback.
In case you want to watch the meeting recording, the same will be provided by tomorrow morning or evening, and you can watch the same to see how well you have performed. This will also enable you to see and relate to the feedback that is being provided to you. I request members to kindly use that so it will help. With that, we come to the end of today's meeting, and I close meeting number 1152.
Can I please request everyone to switch on their video so that I can take a picture? Thank you. Done. Yeah. Done. Done, Sai, done.
Thank you, guys.